Hey, party people. Oh, smack, I didn't bring my lip gloss and it's cold out here. My lips is white. Anyway, I'm coming on. This is like part 2 of what I talked about yesterday. People seem to be totally upset when you say that that Yeshua or Jesus is not the exact same being as God the Father. I don't even understand where that all came into being. But I know it's a mix-up with a couple of things that's working to make them feel that way. And that's, one, the whole Trinity thing, that's really pagan concept that the Catholic Church mixed in with the Bible. And 2, there's 2 things that come up all the time when they say, but the Word was with God in the beginning. And then the Word became flesh. And so therefore, the Word is Jesus. But it's funny because it is, but it's not the way that it's not God the Father. I mean, it's let me just ask you this. If you are under the belief that Jesus is God the Father that came down here in flesh, then let me ask you this question. And I need you to answer it seriously. Don't skim over it. Don't ignore it. Answer yourself this question. If he is the exact same being, then how come when Jesus first gets baptized, the dove comes down and then he gets filled with the Holy Spirit, and then they heard God's voice say, "This is my son, in whom I am well pleased." Who was talking? If it was him getting baptized, how are you talking saying he is son? Like, was they putting on a show? Was this like Showtime at the Apollo? Like, what was going on? Was this some kind of play they was acting out? Like, why? It's his son. You know, the most popular verse in the entire Bible, that everybody know the verse, like most people can quote stuff, but most people don't know the verse, but most people know John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He didn't say he loved the world so much that he came down here and pretended he was his son. He gave his only begotten son. Here's another example. Remember when Jesus said, "No one knows the hour or the time, just the Father." He said, "I don't know the time." So if he was the Father, he would know the time. Like, was he playing a game? Like 3-card Molly? Like, I don't know it. I know it. And the Father, I'm the Son. Like, what? Was he playing that game? Like what? He said, "No one knows the hour or the time except the Father." He said he didn't know it. So if only person know it is the Father, and he doesn't know it, if Yeshua doesn't, Jesus doesn't know it, then he is not the Father. They're not the same being. And also he said that he is going to be on the right hand of his Father. How is he going to be on the right hand of his Father if he is his Father? Somebody had the nerve to say in one of the comments on a post that, with God all things are possible. That was the answer. With God all things are possible. So he could be sitting right there and next to himself at the same time. Like, what is this, a magic show? Like, what is going on? I don't understand where or how people are that confused. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Because, all right, let me explain one more time what the word means. You know what? Somebody explained it today and I made a whole lot of sense. I can't think of the guy's name. I would give him the credit, but I don't know him. I just read a company made a lot of sense when he said it. Because he's in the Bible, the word, this is the part that really got people, because they say, Jesus was here in the beginning. Now, it does say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, people, that's their excuse, saying that somehow they have interpreted that means Jesus. Like, there's nothing that said Jesus. It said the Word, but in their mind, that's it. That's Jesus. So the Word is what became flesh, because the Word, originally the word in the Bible is logos, and logos means word or plan. So if we take it makes more sense if you take if you use the word plan instead of the word. In the beginning was the plan, and the plan was with God, and the plan was God. So God had a plan for the earth. He had a plan, and he sent his plan down to earth, and it became a man, his plan, so that whenever he said something, his son, the plan that he sent to earth, brought about what he said, spoke about what he said, taught about what he said. That's why Yeshua said every time, I only speak, I only do what I see my Father in heaven do. That's what he says. I only do what I see my Father in heaven do. So if he's only doing what he sees, because that's because he's the Word, he's the plan, he's the Logos. He is the Son of God. He is the reflection of his Father. Son and Father have a good relationship, and he's a reflection of his Father. He is not the Father, he is the Son. And you can't do, they're very plain and simple about who they are. It's not, you don't have to do acrobatics to figure it out. But people are taking verses and taking them out of context and then making them as a kind of cryptic language. You don't have to do all that. Just read what the Word says. And if you don't understand it, go to the Holy Spirit. And because you say Jesus is not God the Father, people say, oh, you must be a Jehovah's Witness. I have zero idea what Jehovah's Witnesses believe. I've never studied the religion of Jehovah's Witness. I don't know anything about Jehovah's Witnesses except that they don't celebrate holidays. I don't either. So maybe I am a secret Jehovah's Witness. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Jehovah's Witnesses. But what I do know is the Bible. What I have studied is the Bible. And what I do know is that Jesus never claimed to be God. He is not. The first commandment says, do not put any other gods before me. And that even includes his son. And that was written before Jesus came down in the flesh as the plan or as the Word. He said, do not put any other gods before me. And Jesus is included in that. Don't put any other gods before me. God, Yahuwah, he is the Father. He is the Creator. It is his world. He had a son that he sent down here on a mission because we couldn't get it right. Well, Israel couldn't get it right. He didn't even come for us. Well, he didn't come for the world. He came for Israel. That was it. And then the world benefited from it. But he didn't come for us. He came for Israel. That's it. Nobody else. So, I just want to come on and tell you that. Because I want you to answer that question. If you believe that Jesus God's the same person, then who spoke? Why did God say, this is my son in whom I am well pleased? Why did Jesus say that he don't know the time and the hour, only the Father knows it? And why he also said he's going to be sitting on the right hand of the Father? If they are the same being, explain to me how that's possible. Have a blessed day.